Hi everyone, this is Sharo, and today I'm going to show you the wonders of Immersive Reader in your Microsoft Class Notebook. So let's go ahead and go back and take a look at what I have here on my screen. And as you can see, I'm using Chrome, which is my choice in terms of the internet browser. Very flexible and very good to use and just perfect in everything that I do. So what you can see here is the same sample that I have used in the other episodes of this Microsoft Class Notebook series. And what I did is I went back to the welcome section. And in my welcome section, I have three different pages. I have the welcome to class notebook, my frequently asked questions or FAQ, and my try out a staff notebook page. So I'm going to use the try out a staff notebook page just because it has a lot of text, and I think this would be very useful to see how Immersive Reader works. So Immersive Reader is actually located in the view menu of your Microsoft Class Notebook. So when you hover a little bit down, you can see there the command or the action Immersive Reader. So I'm going to zoom out here so we can see how it looks. I'm going to click on Immersive Reader. Let me just refresh my page here a little bit. I'm just going to reload it. There you go. Awesome. So I'm going to go to View, and I'm going to click on Immersive Reader. Okay. So once Immersive Reader is activated, so I'm zoomed in too much, I'm going to zoom out here so you can see the full screen. You've noticed a difference from where it was and now how it looks. So I'm going to deactivate first all the other tools that are showing up here. And let me just refresh my page just to kind of get a fresh start here. There you go. And let me try that again. I'm going to click on View, Immersive Reader. There we go. It's loading. Here we are. And I'm going to go ahead and remove some settings that I have played earlier so you can get a clean slate. Here we go. All right. Awesome. So this is how it looks mostly when you start choosing your Immersive Reader. So if you have prior settings that you have used Immersive Reader, it's going to keep that. And that's basically what it's going to show, especially if you did not reset the settings. That's why you saw my page earlier filled with color. It had some little letters there showing up on top of certain words. And I'm going to show you what those things are for and where they're at. So usually when you click on Immersive Reader in a page of your class notebook, it pretty much looks like the way it's showing now on your screen. It has a white background. The texts are, just pretty much look normal. But then if you have participants or students who need a little extra help so that they can read and they can decipher the words better, Immersive Reader is a great tool to use. Think of it as your assistive technology that's already embedded and available there in your class notebook for free. So let's go ahead and start by enabling our voice right here. So at the bottom of your screen, you can see a circular button that if you play that, it will actually, there's an AI or artificial intelligence voice that will start reading the text of this page. So let me try and see if that will work.
If you're an educator, check out OneNote Staff Notebook. Staff notebooks are designed to help an education staff save time, be more organized, and collaborate more effectively across their school or district.
So you get the idea. This AI voice or artificial intelligence voice that is embedded in Immersive Reader allows for the text to be read out. And this is very helpful for students who may struggle reading very compressed text. Another thing that you can see here that's pretty useful would be the three types of submenu on the upper right hand corner of your screen. So if you hover on the two letter A's, or two capital letter A's, they're called text preferences. And the one in the middle, it's more of your grammar options, which is like a paragraph with a magic wand on top of it. So again, that's for your grammar options. And the reading preferences would be that open book symbol that you see in the upper right hand corner. So let's start with our text preferences. So under text preferences, you can absolutely change the text size. And as I move the navigation or that circular button right there, um, the text increases, right? So if I decrease it, it becomes smaller. If I move it to the right, the text becomes larger. So I'm going to position it where I want it to be. Now, another beautiful thing about the text preferences is that you can increase the spacing of your text. So if the text looks so compressed for some of your students and they need that increased spacing so that they can read the letters and the words, they just have to activate that, and there you go. The whole page adjusts by itself. Okay, so when that button was turned on. So let me go ahead and go back to text preferences. You also have font selections, limited but still very useful. So right now I'm using Calibri. If I use Sitka, this is the kind of text that Sitka looks like. And if you go to Comic Sans, this is how Comic Sans look like. Now, I prefer Calibri just because my eyes find that friendlier and I'm able to really read the letters and the words very well. Now, let's go to themes. So, themes is more of imagine it as overlays. So, if you're familiar with students with special needs, every time there is an assessment, they actually utilize overlays to help them read the text. So, they can choose whatever color they want their background to have. They can have the light green, light blue, or yellow. Um, or also different colors right here, different shades, whatever is lighter or brighter for them to use. So here I'm going to choose the sepia theme just because I find this color very friendly and suitable for my eyes and also for my reading. Now, as you scroll down a little bit further, you can also show the source formatting. And again, you can turn that on or turn that off. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it off for my sake. So now this is how your page looks like. Okay. Now let's go to grammar options. So grammar options is pretty helpful when you are teaching syllables and parts of speech. So if I want my words to be separated by syllables, I can just turn that on. And right away, you can see my words separated by syllables. Okay, so you can see the separation of the words. As I go back there, I can also identify different parts of speech. So if I need help identifying the nouns, right off, and I can also customize that color. Okay, so I can change the color so you can see it very well where the nouns are at. Then you can see all in orange are nouns. And then if I want verbs to be turned on so I can see the verbs, then and they're all in blue because that's the color I selected, then the words are in shade of blue. And you can see all the verbs identified in there. If I want adjectives to be to identify adjectives in my text, then I choose this kind of color or another color if I want to. And you can see here the verbs right away shown, or I should say adjectives shown in my page. And last but not the least, if I want to see if I have adverbs here in my text, you can see here with this kind of mustard yellow color, these are the adverbs in my page. Now you might be wondering, what are those small letters right there? These are abbreviations or labels of the different parts of speech. So if I don't want that turned on, I can just simply turn off the command for show labels or just keep it on. Okay? All right. So let me just refresh my page here. There you go. So again, to access to your immersive reader, all you have to do is click on view and click on immersive reader. And of course, choose a page where you have some text where you want to use Immersive Reader for. And I went over our text preferences. Okay. I also went over our grammar options, so playing around with different parts of speech. And last but not the least, which is pretty exciting to play around with or to test, would be your reading preferences. And in reading preferences, this is pretty neat right here. Would they have the line focus? You have your picture dictionary, and you have your translation by word or by document. So if I choose a line focus, my line focus will allow me to choose either a single line, 3 lines, or 5 lines so that I can have an easier time reading the text. So if I do a single line focus, you will have some navigation buttons here on the right side so I can scroll down, and this can help me read the text line by line. Okay, so pretty neat. Awesome. So I go back to reading preferences, and if I want it to be a little bit bigger, then I have that option. And the same idea. I can scroll down slowly, and I can do it 3 lines at a time. Okay. So this helps a lot for your students who may need that extra help so that they can focus and they can read the text pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off that line focus. I'm going to turn on the picture dictionary. I think this is one of the coolest features of Immersive Reader. And I'm going to translate it to Spanish. I'm going to go choose the language Spanish, Mexico. And I just want, let's say, a translation by word. So I'm going to keep that on. So let's check this out. If I want a translation for the word time, I can click on time and it gives me, an assistive technology where it can read out the word in English and then with with the language that I have chosen. And for this example, it's Spanish. So let's listen to this one.
Time. Hora.
So you can see the English and the Spanish translation. And then at the bottom would be the picture dictionary to help provide an image to represent that word. So let's try another word. Let's try notebooks.
Notebooks. Cuadernos.
And there you go. And you have the picture of a notebook there. How about the word grade?
Grade. Grado.
And there you go. And you have an image there that represents grade. So I'm going to go back again to the reading preferences. And let's just translate this whole document in Spanish. So I'm going to choose document. And right away, all of this is translated into Spanish. So you can see here, if I go back and choose the word personal, it gives me
Personal.
the Spanish translation or the Spanish pronunciation. So let's see how this read out loud.
Si eres educador, echa un vistazo a OneNote Staff Notebook. Los cuadernos del personal están diseñados para ayudar a un personal de educación a ahorrar tiempo, estar más organizado y colaborar más eficazmente en toda su escuela o distrito.
So you can see that even in another language, the artificial intelligence voice is able to read out the text. So pretty cool, very good feature. And again, I'm just going to go back and disable that feature right there and just kind of reset my preferences so that it's all in the, and it's back again to the way it looked. So that, ladies and gentlemen, would be your Immersive Reader. And again, if you need for you to go back to the original page, you just click this arrow that says back, and it goes back to how it looks, and nothing has been changed in this page. You manipulated everything in the Immersive Reader window, and it kept the integrity in the original document. So that those are the cool stuff that you can do and the cool features in Immersive Reader in your Microsoft Class Notebook, which is also available in your Microsoft OneNote.